It's the Jeremy Sallis Show, BBC Radio Cambridge here. It's a local election hot seat debate with the four parties after your votes in the local elections on the 4th of May. Comments on the back of our discussion about the congestion charge. And I'll throw these to our representatives this morning. Mike in Cambridge says, what about exempting motorbikes? They don't cause congestion. We've got Alex Collis from the Labour Party, Tim Bick from the Lib Dems, Naomi Bennett from the Greens and Mike Harford for the Conservatives. Just very quickly, motorbikes, should they be exempt? Alex?
Potentially. I mean, I think it's one of, it's one option that has to be looked at when we're looking at consultation responses. I think we have to look at everything.
Tim Bick?
I think it's one of the things I want to hear what the 24,000 people said before I have an answer. But the proposal was that they would be charged, so I think it's an open question at the moment.
Naomi Bennett for the Greens.
My group does not think it's fair to charge a motorbike at the same rate as a motor car. We know that motorbikes are used by young people who cannot afford cars.
But they still cause pollution, air pollution.
Cause pollution, but they don't cause the same pollution as a car.
Mike Harford for the Conservatives.
As we are at the moment, everybody ought to be exempt.
Okay, all right, simple. Annie from Chattery says the scheme is not about congestion or air quality, it's all about financing buses. It's been admitted that only an increase in traffic paying the charge would be enough to fund the buses alone. Too many red herrings being thrown to cover up the fact this is just a revenue raiser. Quickly, Mike?
Sorry, go back.
That he says it's just all about funding public transport and buses, it's just a red herring.
It's a revenue raiser.
Naomi?
Well, I think it's right that public transport should be properly financed. This is not the method I would choose. It's not the method my party would choose. I don't think it's a method that Cambridge will choose. But let's see what comes out of a consultation response.
Tim Bick for the Lib Dems.
I think this is one of the common misconceptions. It is not just about funding buses. It is about that, but it is also about reducing the congestion. It's about changing people's behaviour, which is one of the very good things that taxis do. And unless we have both of those things, we could have any number of buses at lovely low fares, but if they're all queued up in the traffic congestion, they aren't going to achieve much.
Alex Collis for the Labour Party.
Again, I think there is a misconception that this is purely a revenue raiser. There isn't any cover up here. There isn't any secrecy. It is looking openly at ways that we together can tackle issues like air pollution and congestion. This is one suggestion, one set of suggestions. It may well be that we end up with something completely different. And I think one of the other misconceptions that is being spread around is that this charge is going to come in immediately. It is not going to come in immediately. It is not going to come in without some significant work on the bus infrastructure, and it would be some considerable time before a charge came in.
Let's move on to housing.
Something about
Sorry,
the buses.
just very quickly if you would, please,
Well,
Mike.
The buses won't work. The bus journey times for people getting to work would be considerably greater. This is not London, and they're trying to do London policies in a place which is basically rural, apart from the city. It won't work.
Let's move into to housing and development. The local